हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल एआई की पाठशाला। मैं हूं आपका दोस्त, आपका बड़ा भाई, आपका छोटा भाई अनूप। और टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट अ न्यू टॉपिक कॉल्ड pandas in Python. So we have already covered the basics of Python, advanced Python, some concepts of Git and GitHub. We have already covered the NumPy. Now, since today is the starting day, today we are going to start a new series, Pandas. I have given this name as Pandas Bootcamp. With the help of a simple presentation, I am going to present you what is Pandas all about, what is the benefit of using Pandas, where we can find the application of Pandas in our data science and machine learning and AI journey, and what are the things that we will be covering in the upcoming sessions. So all these things I will be going to explain you with the help of a simple presentation. And in the description section of the video, I will attach you the Telegram group link and Telegram channel also. So you can subscribe that channel and avail the benefit of my free live sessions from there. This is all about. So let me share you my screen first. And this is just a logo of Pandas. Now I will take you to the next slide. Let's see. So first of all, welcome you all to the Pandas Bootcamp, where we are going to explore the best that Pandas has to offer. This is the real life pandas. This is a very cute animal. So I have attached this logo here of this animal. So, but first of all, let's understand what is pandas in Python. See, pandas is a highly influential open source Python library which is designed specifically for data manipulation and analysis. It offers a comprehensive collection of data structures and operations, which makes it very important tool for data scientists, analysts, and researchers. Pandas' versatility and efficiency have made it a cornerstone of the data science ecosystem. Tell you something, the key features of pandas. Now, when I will be explaining you these things, I suppose you are not aware of these things. And since these things we are going to study in the coming sessions, this is just an introduction of what are the things, what are the key features, what is pandas, what we are going to learn in this pandas. So we are going to learn all those things. Other thing is that whatever you people have a doubt, we can have a discussion at the end of the session. So let's understand the key features of pandas. There are mainly 4 key features that I have mentioned here. First is called the data frame. So pandas primary data structure is the data frame. And what is data frame? Data frame is a 2-dimensional table with rows and columns. And data frames is used in handling tabular data and can accommodate a wide range of data types, including numbers, strings, dates, and times. The second feature of pandas is data manipulation. Pandas give us a rich tools for data manipulation. What it means to be data manipulation? The changes that you made inside a data, that is basically called data manipulation. And it comprises of a lot of things like filtering the data, sorting the data, aggregating the data, merging, and transforming the data. These operations enable data cleaning, data preparation, and feature engineering. And I know when I'm talking about all these terms are very new for you. So you might not be understanding these terms. So don't worry. We are going to learn these things in the coming session. Fine. And third features is data analysis. So what this data analysis is? See, inside the data science industry, we use statistics a lot to analyze the data. So there are some statistical analysis libraries. So Pandas integrates seamlessly with the statistical analysis libraries, which enables us to perform descriptive statistics, hypothesis testing, and time series analysis. This integration helps us to understand in depth about the data and explore the data and discover the patterns present inside this data. And the fourth thing is the feature of Pandas is data visualization. So same way, it integrates seamlessly with data visualization libraries. And one such library is called Matplotlib and seaborn. So these are the two libraries which we are going to study in future. The Pandas integrates with these two libraries, Matplotlib and seaborn. This integration allows users to create insightful and informative charts and graphs and transform complex data into some visual narratives. Let me take you to the third slide. In the third slide, this is what is the benefit of using Pandas? Simplicity. Pandas syntax is remarkably intuitive and easy to learn, which makes it accessible to both beginners and experienced programmers. Second point is the performance. Pandas is optimized for working with large data sets, which ensures efficient and scalable data analysis. Third thing is that flexibility. See, Pandas data structures and operations are very versatile and can handle a wide range of data analysis tasks, from data cleaning to advanced statistical analysis. And the fourth very important thing about the Pandas is that Pandas is having a large and active community, which provides extensive documentation, tutorials, and support, which ensures users that you can find solutions to various challenges. So these are the 4 key benefits of using Pandas. Now let me take you to the next slide and discuss with you some common use cases of Pandas. Use cases means where we are going to use this Panda in real life, in our real learning of, in our journey of data science, or in the journey of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So see, the first thing is called the data cleaning and preparation. So what this data cleaning and preparation is? So by just reading this term data cleaning and preparation, let me give you a brief idea about what data cleaning is. Science or in AI, we have to work with a large amount of data. But the data which comes to us is not in a proper format or not in a proper way. This may include a lot of things. Some of the things are like removing the outliers, or like handling the missing values inside the data, or converting even the data type of the data. Second important use case is exploratory data analysis, which we are going to study in future. And in exploratory data analysis, Pandas is a very powerful tool for, in short, we used to call it EDA. Exploratory data analysis, we used to call it EDA. And this Pandas enables users to explore and summarize the data and identify the patterns in the data and gain insights from the data. And this process involves calculating descriptive statistics, visualizing the data distributions, and detecting the anomalies inside the data. This third point is feature engineering is where new features are created from the existing data to enhance the machine learning models, or you can say AI models. This process involves some other things also, like scaling, normalization, and feature creation. Fourth, use cases of data. There are a lot of use cases. These are some of the use cases that I'm talking about. Time series analysis. So in case of time, there are some data which are called the time series data. You can understand the time series data in a form like the stock market, the data of the stock market. So it changes every second. So what that the feature of the data or the data is time dependent. It varies according to the time. So in those cases, we used to which involves tracking and analyzing the data over time. So Pandas provides functions for date manipulation, time-based aggregations, and time series visualizations. So these are the common use cases of the Pandas. Now let me take you to one thing. This is called series. Can you see this thing? Pandas series and type, where 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is written here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is written here. Let's consider this as one column. Let's consider this as one other column. This 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is basically an index. And this is a value inside this data. And what is the data type here? It is written int 64. And what is the class here? pandas.core.series.series. So we are going to study this series. This is just a brief idea. I am going to conduct this whole series in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have divided this whole concepts that I am going to discuss into 5 parts. First part, second part, third part, fourth part, and fifth part. In the first part, we are going to cover, this is called series part 1. In the series part 1, these are the 3 important, these are the bullet points that I have added. Inside this, there are a lot of things that we are going to study. First is the intro to first Pandas data structure. Then we will study this attributes and methods and conceptual foundations. Now, why I am talking about this first 4 section and then this 5th section, we will take a deep dive into the fundamental data structures in Pandas. We will start by exploring this series in great details, and then we will move to the data frames. I will be talking about data frames in the subsequent slide. The first 4 sections are this, and this. The first 4 sections are foundational. If you want to be really comfortable in Pandas, but let's say you don't have the time to go through the entire bootcamp, I would recommend you to prioritize the first 4 sections. You must attend this first 4 sections. If you do not have a time to complete the whole course of this pandas, then you must attend this first 4 sections. This is where in these 4 sections we go from 0 to very competent in pandas. So this is a long boot camp. We will cover many subjects and we will cover them very comprehensively, which takes time and lots of practice to internalize or learn really well. So if you want to take your pandas skills to a higher level and explore the nooks and crannies of this wonderful library, there are 8 full-length sections where we explore a specialized concept with different data sets and in great details. And in this 5th module part, I have put 8 specialized sections where we will cover many subjects. Everything comes together in our data journey. Second is the series part 2. Inside the series part 2, these are the things that we are going to study: series structure, item count, NaN, this descriptive statistics, series arithmetic, filtering, and custom transformations. Then my third thing is called data frame. Data frame part 1. Inside this data frame part 1, we are going to study the structure and content of data frames, hands-on data munging and preparation, sampling, random numbers, and more. Thereafter, inside this data frame part 2, we are going to study these concepts: advanced indexing with binary operations, sorting, lookups and reordering, pruning, duplicate, NAs, columns, rows plus reindexing, custom transformation, same shape and aggregation, then advanced points on views, copies, and memory management. These are the things that we are going to study inside this data frame 2. So with this is series part 1. This is my first part. Then comes series part 2. This is the second part. Then comes data frame part 1. This is the third part. Then comes data frame part 2. This is the fourth part. Thereafter comes the 5th part that I was talking about. Inside my 5th part, these are the 8 different modules we are going to cover one by one: working with multiple data frames, going multidimensional, group by and aggregates, reshaping with pivots, working with date and time, regex and text manipulation, visualizing data, data formats, and input output. These are the things that we are going to cover here. So this is where everything comes together in our, as I have said earlier also, in our data journey. This is the official site of pandas. You can see here, this is the latest version of pandas, and there are a lot of documentation is present, getting started thing is present, community is present. Everything what you need about the pandas is all present here. If I will just click on the documentation, the entire documentation of pandas is present here. If I will click on the getting started, see, everything that you need to start with the pandas is present here. Can you see these things? So in the course of our study, we will keep on coming here also, and we will keep on learning a lot of things. Can you see these are the things that is written here? 10 minutes to intro to data structures, essential basic functionality, IO tools, array functionality, indexing. These are the lot of things, and all these things we are going to study in our upcoming sessions. Chart visualization, table visualization, group by, everything that should be there. I will be going to cover these things inside our pandas. So I understand you are here because you want to master the pandas library for advanced data analysis in Python. Let me tell you once again, pandas is a very fast, flexible, and very powerful data manipulation tool that is popular in the data science community. It is perhaps one of the most important libraries in the data science. With the help of pandas, we will be able to do really complex data manipulation with very little code and in record time. The second aspect is that pandas frequently relies on other packages. Pandas relies, R-E-L-I-S, relies on other packages. Other packages. For instance, some code data manipulation features of this panda rely on NumPy, which is another library in Python that offers powerful array computation. Array computation. So I have already covered this NumPy. So I will attach the playlist of NumPy. So you can, if some of you are not known to NumPy, you can see that playlist and you can learn NumPy from there also. The plotting functionality in pandas by default relies on this Matplotlib. This is another library of Python. This is also a library of Python. So the plotting functionality that is present in pandas is basically relies on Matplotlib. And depending on what aspect of pandas we are interested in using, here there are number of optional dependencies. So the bottom line is that pandas is not a single. Bottom line is panda is not single. It doesn't play solo. It does not play solo. It depends on other libraries as well. So it is very important player in a collection of data science tool. So this is all about the pandas. Now, today you do not need to code anything. Just I am writing a very simple code to demonstrate you something so that you can understand the broader aspect of this pandas. First of all, to use this library pandas, we need to import pandas. For importing, we need to write import pandas as PD and just run this code. This is imported. Now, second thing is that I need to load one data set inside it. So let's first load this data set. This is we are going to study these things. You do not need to understand right now these things, how this is. I'm just showing you to understand you, to make you understand the how profound this pandas is. So that is my main aim. So don't worry if you are not getting these things. So I'm importing one libraries, this data set, and I'm accessing this data set. Can you see this data set? So this is one data set, and inside this data set, these are the rows and these are the columns. So this is basically weather data set of New York City, I suppose. And this inside this data set, EST means this is a Eastern Standard Time, and this temperature. So I suppose by seeing this temperature should be in the Fahrenheit. Otherwise, the 50 degrees Celsius, it is impossible. Nowhere 50 degrees Celsius is there. So this temperature should be in Fahrenheit, and likewise other features is there. So there is one task that I need to perform. And what is this questions? Let me paste these 3 questions. These are the 3 questions. So what are the questions? First question is, what was the maximum temperature in New York in the month of January? So this is a month of, this is a temperature column, and I have to see in the month of January, this is Eastern Standard Time, and this data, this is standard, this is in MMDDYY. This is in MMDDYY. Let me write it here. This is in MMDDYY. Month, date, and year. It's like that. So this is all. And this temperature is in Fahrenheit. So January. My second question is, on which day did it rain? Here is a date of rain data event. Can you say in the event column, these are the NaN values, and at some day it has rained, so it is written here rain, and someday fog, snow, and someday snow. So these are the and rain. So I have to find on which days did it rain, on which day in this data set, which are the days on which there was a rain. So this is the day on which rain was there, this is the day on which rain was there, and this is the day on which rain was there. Third thing is that what was the average speed of wind during the month? So wind speed, can you see? This is a column of wind speed. So it is asking me in the entire month, what was the wind speed in this entire month? I have to calculate the average wind speed. So these are the 3 questions that I need to cover. Now let's say I will use my normal Python program to calculate these things, all these 3 parameters. Then this is the code to, just I have pasted this code here. This is the code to perform these 3 tasks. And by looking at this code, you can see how complex and how time-taking process it is to write these code. And if I am going to run this code, let's run this code. I will get all these 3 things: maximum temperature, which was my first question; days of rain, which was my second question, on which day it was rained; and my average wind speed. So I am able to calculate it, no big deal. But for calculating these 3 questions, I have to write these many lines of code and these many complex code. Now, if I will use the Pandas approach for this question, what I have to do, I can find out these things, these values in only 3 lines of code. So let's do that. First, let me show you here the Pandas ways of getting these 3 answers. Get the maximum temperature, get the maximum temperature. So for getting the maximum temperature, you have to simply write df Then inside this square bracket, you have to write temperature, and then here you have to write dot max. That means inside this data frame, you are accessing this temperature column, Inside this data frame, you are accessing this temperature column, and from the temperature column, you are accessing the maximum temperature, this max. If you run this code, you will get 50, what you were getting here. Now, my second question was to know which day it rains. So for that, I have to write df. Inside this, I have to write est, and thereafter, inside the other bracket, I want to write this event. You have to write events, and then I am writing this is equal to rain. Don't worry if you are not able to understand this code, because I even don't expect you that you will understand this code, because we are going to learn these things. If I simply run this, I will get whatever output I was getting here. Can you see? In one line of. And my third question was the average wind speed. To calculate the average wind speed, let me write here this wind speed mph dot mean. And if I run this code, I am getting exactly this value. Can you see? This is a pandas ways of writing the code to access. This is a pandas way of solving this problem, which I have given here. These three problems. In the pandas way of solving the problem, simply 3 lines of code, and that is very simple code. You are able to find out all these 3 values. But if you go by the normal Python code, you have to write these many lines of very complex code. So here comes the main use of pandas. So what you can do with the panda, you can understand how pandas is useful in our coding journey. So this is all about the today's session and the code that I have discussed at the end. The purpose of discussing that code is to make you understand how profound pandas is when it comes to data analysis, data manipulation, and lot more things. This is all. So don't miss the subsequent session, because that will be the real thing that we are going to discuss in these coming sessions, and we will discuss it very thoroughly, very deeply. And if any one of you will be having any doubt regarding my lectures, you can drop a comment in the description. You can drop a comment, and I will happy to help you out. So this is all. So that's all. See you in the next lecture. I'm your brother. I'm your friend, Anup. So see you in the next lecture. Thanks. Thanks for coming. And those of you who are having any doubt, please wait. I will take your doubts. Thanks.